Welcome back. Let's review troubleshooting. This lesson helps you use troubleshooting best practices every time. It means applying a consistent, step-by-step method to solve problems efficiently. For example, when an app error occurs, first check logs in the SAP BTP cockpit before making any changes. Adopting this structured approach will make you a more effective and reliable developer. Learn to document problems so you and your team can solve them faster next time. This means writing down what went wrong and how you fixed it. For example, if a report fails, note the error and solution. This creates a helpful guide for future issues, saving everyone time and effort. We will review the full troubleshooting process from start to finish. This means we will systematically check every step, from identifying the issue to implementing a solution. For example, if an app fails to start, you'd first check logs, then dependencies, and finally apply a fix. Mastering this method ensures you can resolve any problem efficiently. Why documenting troubleshooting is essential for enterprise operations. Helps you remember how you solved similar problems. This means you won't waste time resolving issues you've already fixed. For example, if you documented fixing a connectivity error, you can quickly refer back when it happens again. Keeping records ensures you build your own reliable knowledge base for future challenges. Saves time when issues happen again. This means you create a reference guide for solving recurring problems quickly. For example, if an integration fails due to expired credentials, your documented steps let you resolve it in minutes instead of hours. This consistent approach ensures you handle repeat incidents efficiently and with confidence. Helps your team learn from your experience. This means documenting solutions prevents others from repeating the same mistakes. For example, if you resolve a connectivity issue with a specific cloud service, noting the steps helps colleagues fix it faster next time. Your documented insights become valuable lessons that accelerate everyone's learning and efficiency. Builds a shared knowledge base for everyone. This means documenting solutions so the entire team can access and benefit from them. For instance, when one developer resolves a connectivity issue, recording the steps allows others to fix it quickly next time. This practice saves time and enhances team collaboration. Begin with a clear and concise problem description. Write down what the user reported. This means capturing the exact issue as described by the user without interpretation. For example, a user might report, "I cannot log into the procurement app. It shows invalid credentials even after resetting my password." Documenting this precisely ensures you address the real problem, not assumptions. Note when the problem started. This means identifying the exact moment or time frame when the issue first appeared, which is crucial for tracing its cause. For example, if a report stopped updating, you'd check if it coincided with a recent system update. Pinpointing this start time is your first step toward an effective solution. Describe what should be happening instead. This means defining the ideal, expected outcome without the problem. For example, if an employee cannot access HR data, the desired state is seamless login with immediate data retrieval. Clearly stating this target helps pinpoint the exact gap between current reality and the solution's goal. Include any error messages you see. This means noting down any system alerts or codes displayed as they pinpoint the issue's root cause. For instance, if your app fails to connect, record the exact authentication error shown like invalid credentials, 401 unauthorized. Providing these details accelerates troubleshooting and leads to faster resolution. Before proceeding, always check the SAP BTP cockpit. Log into your SAP BTP cockpit. This means accessing the central web interface where you manage all your cloud services and applications. For instance, a developer would log in here to deploy a new application and assign the necessary resources. This initial step is essential for performing any administrative or development tasks on the platform. Check service status and availability. This means verifying that the SAP BTP services you need are operational and ready for use. For example, before starting development, confirm the SAP HANA Cloud Service is active and accessible in your region. This quick check prevents disruptions and ensures a smooth workflow from the beginning. Look at recent logs and metrics. This means reviewing activity records and performance data in the cockpit. For example, if a payroll app runs slowly, logs can show the exact processing step causing delays. Regularly checking these ensures you can proactively resolve issues before they affect users. Verify your subscriptions and entitlements. This means confirming which SAP BTP services you are signed up for and their usage limits. For example, if you subscribed to the SAP HANA Cloud Service, ensure it is active and you have the allocated memory. This initial check ensures you have the necessary tools before starting any project. Proceed with your established troubleshooting procedure. Use the systematic approach we learned. This means following the specific, ordered steps we covered earlier instead of guessing. For example, if a service isn't responding, first check its status in the Cloud Foundry space, then review its bound application logs. This method ensures you resolve issues efficiently and correctly. Test one change at a time. This means if you make multiple changes to fix a problem, you won't know which one actually worked. For example, if your app is crashing, first adjust only the memory limit and check the result before changing any other settings. This disciplined approach saves time and isolates the root cause effectively. Document each step you take. This means writing down every action you perform while troubleshooting. For example, if you restart a service, note the time and service name. This creates a clear record so you can retrace your steps accurately and identify what resolved the issue. Maintaining this discipline ensures you can reliably track and replicate solutions. Note what works and what does not. This means documenting your actions and their outcomes during troubleshooting. For example, if restarting a service fixes an issue, record that. This builds your personal knowledge base for faster resolutions in the future. Keeping clear notes is essential for effective problem solving. Step 4. Record your solution. Write down the exact fix that worked. This means documenting the specific steps that resolved your issue, not just the problem. For example, if restarting a specific service fixed an application error, record restarted message client service via BTP cockpit. This creates a reliable reference for you or colleagues facing similar situations later, saving time and ensuring consistent solutions. Include any configuration changes made. This means documenting all settings you adjusted in SAP BTP, like activating services or setting parameters. For instance, if you enabled the alert notification service, note the specific rules created. This ensures your solution can be accurately replicated and maintained. Note how long the solution took. This means tracking the time spent creating your solution. For example, if you built a custom approval app, record it took 3 hours. This helps estimate future project timelines accurately and improves planning. Always measure your development effort for better project management. Add any special instructions for next time. This means noting unique steps or custom settings for future reference. For instance, if you had to manually configure a specific API endpoint, record that detail here. This ensures you can replicate or troubleshoot your solution efficiently in subsequent projects. Keeping these notes saves significant time and prevents errors during redeployment. Crafting effective knowledge base articles. Use clear, simple language. This means avoiding technical jargon and complex terms so anyone can understand. For example, instead of leverage synergistic paradigms, say work together effectively. This ensures your instructions are accessible and actionable for all users, making your knowledge base truly helpful and easy to follow. Include step-by-step instructions. This means breaking down each task into clear, numbered actions so users can follow along easily without confusion. For example, to set up a trial account, 1. Go to the SAP BTP website, 2. Click Start Trial, 3. Enter your details, 4. Confirm via email. This structured approach ensures users succeed without missing critical steps. Add screenshots from SAP BTP Cockpit when helpful. This means capturing relevant cockpit screens to visually guide users through steps or show expected outcomes. For instance, include a screenshot of your sub-account's security settings when documenting role assignments. Visual aids make technical instructions clearer and easier to follow accurately. Organize by problem type for easy finding. This means grouping similar issues together so users can quickly locate solutions. For example, create separate sections for login errors, report generation failures, and data sync problems. This structure helps users find the right answers faster, reducing frustration and saving valuable time. Proactive strategies to mitigate future risks. Set up regular monitoring in SAP BTP Cockpit. This means routinely checking the health and performance of your applications and services. For example, you can configure alerts to notify you if your application's memory usage becomes too high, allowing you to act before users are affected. Consistently doing this helps you avoid unexpected issues and maintain smooth operations. Create alerts for important services. This means setting up automatic notifications when critical SAP BTP services, like your database or application runtime, are unhealthy. For instance, get an immediate email if your HANA database's memory usage becomes critically high. This proactive step allows you to resolve issues before they disrupt your business operations. Schedule routine health checks. This means regularly examining your SAP BTP systems for potential issues before they cause major disruptions. For example, a monthly check could identify an application nearing its memory limit, allowing you to address it proactively. Consistently performing these checks ensures your systems remain stable and performant. Keep your BTP components updated. This means regularly applying the latest software patches and versions to avoid security risks and ensure compatibility. For example, if you do not update a security service, it might become vulnerable to new cyber attacks. Staying current is your best defense against avoidable issues. Communicating effectively with your team is essential. Share solved issues in team meetings. This means telling your team how you fixed a problem, so everyone learns from it. For example, after resolving a data upload error, explain the steps in the meeting. This practice builds a smarter, more efficient team by sharing knowledge. Update your knowledge base regularly. This means staying current with new SAP BTP features and best practices. For example, when a new integration service is released, learn its capabilities to advise your team effectively. This proactive habit ensures you provide accurate and timely guidance, keeping the team aligned and productive. Use clear status updates during troubleshooting. This means regularly informing your team about what you have checked, what you found, and the next steps. For example, if an app is slow, you'd say, "I have checked the database, and it is responding normally. I will now investigate the application server next." This keeps everyone aligned and prevents redundant work. Ask for help when you need it. This means reaching out to colleagues or experts instead of struggling alone, which saves time and prevents errors. For instance, if you are stuck on an SAP BTP cockpit task, ask a teammate for a quick demo. This proactive approach accelerates learning and ensures project success. Learning from every issue to drive continuous improvement. Review what caused the problem. This means carefully analyzing the root of an issue to prevent it from recurring. For instance, if a cloud application crashes due to a memory leak, investigate the code changes that introduced it. Understanding the cause ensures long-term stability and continuous improvement in your solutions. Identify ways to prevent similar issues. This means analyzing what went wrong to create safeguards against it happening again. For example, if an app crashes due to memory limits, you could implement automated monitoring to alert you before reaching capacity. This proactive approach builds more resilient solutions. Share lessons learned with your team. This means openly discussing what went wrong and what you discovered after resolving any problem. For instance, if a deployment failed due to a configuration error, document the fix and tell your colleagues. This practice helps everyone avoid similar issues in the future, making the whole team more efficient and proactive. Update your procedures if needed. This means if an incident reveals a flaw in your current process, formally improve it. For example, if a deployment fails due to a missing security check, you would officially add that check to your standard deployment checklist. This ensures the same problem is prevented in the future, continuously strengthening your operations. Complete troubleshooting workflow review. Start with clear problem description. This means documenting exactly what's happening, when, and for whom. For example, users get HTTP 500 errors when submitting purchase orders after 3 p.m. daily. A precise problem statement immediately focuses your investigation and prevents wasted effort on incorrect assumptions. Check SAP BTP cockpit for clues. This means logging into the web interface to look for error messages, logs, or service statuses that explain what went wrong. For example, if your app cannot connect to the HANA database, the cockpit might show the database instance is stopped. Always start your investigation here to quickly identify the root cause. Follow systematic troubleshooting steps. This means addressing issues in a logical sequence, identify the problem, gather details, isolate the cause, apply a fix, and verify it works. For example, if an app is slow, first check its logs before restarting services. This structured approach saves time and prevents new issues. Document the solution and share with team. This means writing down the exact fix so others can learn from it. For example, after resolving a login error, you record the password policy change in a team wiki. This builds collective knowledge, preventing repeat issues and saving everyone time. Learn and improve for next time. This means turning every issue into a learning opportunity to prevent recurrence. For example, after fixing a connectivity problem, you could document the solution and update your deployment checklist. This proactive approach ensures each challenge strengthens your future troubleshooting process. Practice. Document a sample problem. Imagine a service isn't responding in SAP BTP cockpit. This means you cannot access or use a specific cloud service through the management interface. For instance, the SAP HANA Cloud Service might not load its details page, preventing database management. Always check service status first in your BTP account to resolve such issues quickly. Write a clear problem description. This means stating the issue in simple, factual terms anyone can understand. For example, our sales team cannot access customer data on mobile devices while traveling, causing delayed responses to client inquiries. A well-defined problem is the first step to finding the right solution. List the steps you would take to investigate. This means systematically identifying and analyzing an issue to find its root cause. For example, if a cloud application is slow, first check its logs, then review resource usage, and finally test connectivity. Following a clear process ensures you resolve problems efficiently and accurately. Document what you would check and why. This means listing each step you'd take to troubleshoot an issue and your reasoning. For example, if an app will not start, first check its health status to see if it is running, because that's the most immediate cause. This systematic approach ensures you efficiently find the root of problems. You are ready. Troubleshooting best practices. You now have a complete troubleshooting methodology. This means you follow a structured process to identify and solve problems, starting with gathering information and reproducing the issue. For example, if an application fails, you'd first check logs, not guess randomly. This systematic approach ensures you resolve issues efficiently and effectively. Remember to document every issue you solve. This means keeping a log of problems, solutions, and key steps taken. For example, if you fix a broken integration by adjusting an API configuration, write down the error, your fix, and the result. This creates a valuable knowledge base, saving you and your team significant time in the future when similar issues arise. Share knowledge with your team regularly. This means proactively documenting solutions and discussing common issues together. For example, if you resolve a tricky authentication error, Write a short guide and present it in your next team meeting. This collective learning builds a stronger, more self-sufficient group that can handle challenges faster. Keep practicing, you will get faster each time. This means troubleshooting becomes quicker with repeated experience as you build familiarity with common issues. For example, resolving a Cloud Foundry deployment error will take less time on your 5th attempt than your first. Consistent practice builds your speed and confidence naturally.